What do we got? We got ourselves Team Thundress. We got ourselves Zit. We got ourselves Thundress. We got ourselves Night Demon in the back. We also got ourselves Monk the Monk, as well as Hell Hunter as Beast Mastery Hunter. And Imam on Team Blue with a Vinci as well, Psyched, and 7 Deadly as the 2 Demon Hunters. And we also got Vampiric. You guys are gonna get knocked out of here. Whee! Yeah, if you guys don't know where to stand, just gotta stand on the stairs. Stairs is fine. Looks like it's gonna be Psyched first versus Hell Hunter. Demon Hunter versus Hunter. Are you a marksman this time? No pet? Oh wait, his pet is probably invisible somewhere, isn't it? Or is it? Marksman! Wait, he's actually going for a big setup opener with a massive rapid fire. Instant darkness coming down for a Psych. Actually avoiding majority of the damage. The aim shots are still going through. At least one of the aim shots went through him. That's going to be rapid fire right after. Does a blur, so he's actually dodging majority of the spells. While inside of that darkness, he had actually a blur up and running. So he had darkness to give him that chance to absorb spells. And then you have evasion, chance to evade. So that was actually quite a lot of defensive on the side. Going for a blood of the enemy, Metamorphosis on top of Hell Hunter. And huge damage with those Chaos Strikes. What was that hit? It actually just cleaved right through him. Psych, what build are you going for? Is that like some crazy Chaos Strike build? Looks like Hell Hunter's going to have to give himself a little bit of time to get himself a little bit of reset. Rapid Fire still continues to fire at Psych. This is going to land a stun. Ivan to follow. Does he get the interrupts? It's actually going to be Scatter Shot. Aim shot to follow. And Psych is going up in the air. Hell Hunter needs to get himself some line of sight immediately. Did he get any? Bane Death to follow. Does he have the camo right after? If he has the camo, he should be good. Psych is just going to trap himself in a freezing trap. It's going to be a little bit short. Rapid Fire to follow onto Psych. He does get to cleave down the Hunter immediately. What was that blood of the enemy annihilation build? What was that? What was that? Monk is going to be up next from Team Red. Monk the Monk. Do you have 2 Bile Krog Tusks? Or is that just for a mug? I actually feel like this is legit Bile Krog. What enchant is that even? It looks funky. But this man has got himself full purple setup from the new raid tier. Or maybe not a full... somewhat of a full set. Got like chest but no shoulders and stuff. It's so hard to see when he's on the Dragon Mount. They're just bobbing up and down. Lexi up on the Psych. Does get to lock him down for a second. Touch of Death is going to come out immediately. Psych actually might be dead. Unless he has an answer for this. Needs to Shadow Meld this immediately. Needs to Shadow Meld the Touch of Death. No, he does not. I wonder if he had Shadow Meld available against Hell Hunter or something. Animum is up next though. Is he still playing the zombie build? It's going to be Fist of Fury. Locking him down for a second. Does beef up the pet for a moment. Stun onto Monk. He does not trinket it. He does go for a wall into a Karma. Karma actually is going to Karma damage back to Animum. Does pop AMS as the zombies do get summoned onto Monk. And just trying to max the damage of that Karma. Doesn't have Touch of Death for a bit. Monk actually just taking up all this damage while surrounded by the army. Has himself the dampen harm. The wall actually getting gripped in as the zombies are walking up to the guy. And as long as he has any AoE for the zombies, he should be able to deal with them quite easily. Incap into Animum for a second while he's looking for recovery. Still more zombies are coming out for Animum. And looks like Monk is going to go for a big kite. Animum just needs to maintain a chain of ice on the guy and start summoning zombies from a distance where Monk is going to go. I'm wondering if you can actually aim him towards a wall. And then, yeah, it looks like you can actually aim at a wall and zombies will come from the wall. But it looks like Monk is able to Whirling Dragon Punch the zombies away from him. Looks like Infinite Stars from Animum is actually starting to stack up as Monk is taking just random pots of damage. Zombies are still running after him. Is he going to be able to take those things out at all? As long as he's just running from the zombies, do they despawn eventually? I feel like eventually they do despawn. Just a Fury disconnect, but he interrupts him with the zombies. Another zombie on the side. It's going to be more transfusion into the stars. The zombie build is actually making a payoff. Oh, big rip. Bad and Mom surrounded the guy with zombies, not letting him go anywhere whatsoever. I feel like he's starting to figure out the zombie build, the graveyard build. And I wonder if he's playing a Vision of Perfection as well for a playstyle. Because I think Vision of Perfection would just give you more armies of the dead, but also more casters. I don't know if that's any good in PvP though. I'm pretty sure you'll want to go for something like Breath of the Dying or Crucible as a self-heal and damage as well. It's going to be stun immediately on Diamond He actually is kind of levitating for a second. His cat is levitating. Dropping down Abomination, trying to get another Army of the Dead rolling. And it's actually just trying to surround Night Demon. Looking like he wants to get away. Summon even more zombies off their grip. Needs to maintain the chain of ice on the Night Demon at all times. Looks like Night Demon is just trying to get away from the army. He was tussling with the Army of the Dead behind the box for just a second. It looks like he's going to go for Invis. No, almost interrupted. Maybe interrupted. The Army of the Dead actually turns around and actually slapped his team. Both of the shamans got stunned. Night Demon clipping through the wall. Actually cheating. Animum got AMS rolling up as well. Summoning even more zombies for Night Demon in case he's going to retreat. It looks like he's just done. He gets a stun, but the Army of the Army of the Dead just tells him you're done. And Animum takes another one. Thundress is going to be up next. Animum gets a down on him immediately. Chain of Ice right after. And he's going to have to go for a bit of transfusion. It's going to be a bit of a lightning lasso. He got a couple more zombies walking at him. Zombie behind Thundress. He's trying to see if he can find himself out of here. Does drop Capacitor Totem. And it looks like Thundress might also have himself a little bit of damage too from Infinite Stars. Maybe, because it looked like one of the Infinite Stars killed one of the zombos. Looks like Thundress is going to get hit with a stun for a second. Zombie behind the pillar. Maybe no. Zombie from the left. No. Zombie from the right. No. It's actually clean of zombies for a second. Oh, there we go. Animum spawning even more. Thundress is actually trying to kill him with what looks like Frost Shock or something. He does have the pet behind the wall hitting the box or something. He's hitting something. I'm not sure what. But the pet somehow is able to hit through the wall, or he's kind of stuck back there. Thundress popping on the wall right now as Abomination's joining the fight. This is where Animum needs to maintain the slow as best possible. The Army of the Dead is here. Needs to get a good grip onto Thundress. Needs to make sure he doesn't get knocked back. And let's see even more stars damage rolling up. Oh my god, the zombies, dude. The zombies are actually just tearing the team apart. Even more zombies is collapsing. Oh, the Zanicus, he actually drinking it. But he threw another zombie stun right after he just surrounded. Overwhelmed by the sheer number of enemies in the area. Counter-Strike Totem does come down. Does get to separate himself from the Army of the Dead. And just trying to get out of this graveyard, but looks like even more zombies are going to be joining the fight. Primary Earth Elemental might be able to tank up some of those zombies, just actually taunt him to it. Animum popping an IBF to get himself out of that, out of the lightning lasso. And Zed is just continuing to run, dude. Necrotics is starting to stack up as another stun comes in. Zombie comes in after that stun, doing so much damage. What was that? Dude, I've actually always wanted to see an Army of the Dead build. I've always wanted to see a proper Army of the Dead build. Like, not even the Army of the Dead, but like Army of Zombies, the graveyard build is what I would call it. That was so cool. Dude, he has so much stars damage. I know you told me before you got a piece that was stars, but I don't remember if it was like a really high piece. But with that dot that you maintain on an enemy, also, stars procs more because of all these armies, all those pets, so many more sources of damage, so many more ways to proc infinite stars. And most of his enemies don't play a pet class, because infinite stars can hit pets too. Most of the enemies are just by themselves against Animum, so it's always targeting them. That's just so much. Virulent Plague can proc Virulent Eruption, so that's one tick, sometimes two a pop. It can proc Ancient Dot, can proc Lethal Strikes, all of those can proc Infinite Stars. Melee can proc Infinite Stars. Zombies can proc Infinite Stars. Auto attacks from pets can proc Infinite Stars. The Skulker Shot can proc Infinite Stars. Everything, Death Coil can proc Infinite Stars. He has all these abilities and Infinite Stars just to layer on top of it. And then the zombies for days. That was amazing to watch, dude. That was actually amazing to watch. That Death Knight is a thriller. Literally.